Gates. Every Wednesday, you can come down here and check the Black Comedy Explosion. This man has been doing comedy in Boston. He's known as the bad boy of Boston comedy. Jonathan Gates, y'all.
Good afternoon. How you guys doing?
We're doing good.
Thank you for inviting me on your podcast.
All right.
I understand you guys are doing great things and
Yes.
reaching a lot of people in the urban community,
Yes.
which we need more of.
Yes.
Because everybody's always going to the big stations talking about all the clubs, the settings outside of our city instead of what's in our city.
Yes.
And you guys, besides being comedians, you understand the only way to grow is to grow from the inside out.
Yes.
So I'm happy to be a part of such a great movement.
Yes.
All right. So.
Let's take care of our own.
Got
Yeah.
to. See, I appreciate you younger comics because you all do it the right way. Now,
Yeah.
remember, I've been doing comedy 30 years.
30 years.
So I don't know nothing about no fucking blog. A blog to me is when you have to shit and you bleed at the same time. So I didn't know, but now I know.
But now he knows. So you can see he's funny. Now, Jonathan Gates, he's been on BET. He's
Def
been
Jam.
at Def Jam.
Martin Lawrence Special Moment.
Yes.
Showtime.
Yes. Now, when you come here on a Wednesday,
Yes.
you come in on where you're going to see him. Don't you act a fool.
Well, the rules are simple for me. Come in and enjoy the show. It's not about me. I set this up here 14 years ago for comics like yourself because
Yes.
what people don't know, white clubs really don't cater to us.
Yes.
We had to go get your own. When somebody don't want to give you something, build yours. I'll never let nobody determine to me what I can and cannot do. When I first started, I said, why do I have to go to D.C. and New York and L.A.? I live here. So I kept going to the white clubs and they wouldn't let me in. And they finally let me in. I had to threaten the dude. I said, man, I'm from Mattapan. I'm going to punch you in your fucking face. And this is real. I said, if you don't put me on tonight, I'm going to fuck somebody up and it might be you. So they waited, like 15 people was on and all was horrible. I went on, did 15 minutes, got a standing ovation.
Nice.
Then they started calling me. I was like, man, fuck y'all. I just wanted to show you you're missing out by not letting us do what we do.
Yes.
So I started off doing comedy. We used to do the Comedy Connection on Sunday nights way back in the day.
In Rhode Island.
No, Boston.
In Boston?
Faneuil Hall. Every weekend, it was you was here. We had 400 to 500 people every Sunday
Okay.
down in Faneuil Hall.
400 to 500.
Every Sunday, and then when he lost that and bought the Wilbur Theater, we went down the street to another spot, and I came here.
Okay.
So I said, okay, we came in, we started it, and we do it. So the message in this is, it's for other comics.
Yeah.
I'm blessed enough.
Yeah.
I host. So I bring in headliners, features, and open up my stage to anybody.
Yeah.
Because nobody did it for me. So when you come down, you'll hear comedy, you'll hear everything. We do something different and you'll never see it, but you have to come see it.
Yes.
The experience is different. We celebrate people's birthday early, then we do the laugh, and after the laugh, we pray in this club.
Yes.
We do pray, and people say they like that spiritual part of it because it makes them feel good. They've been through everything else, so now they feel good.
Yes.
We're willing to come to see.
Yeah.
Come to perform for you as a show.
Yeah, like I said, I was blessed to perform twice, man. I did a guest spot and I did a feature, man. And I gotta say, it's a different experience, man. You gotta come with your best. You gotta give it your best, but you're gonna feel that love. Because like you said, they do the praying after. And if there's something going on, I remember the last time I was here, there was something going on. They took up an offering to help a young lady out.
To bury her mother.
Yeah, to help bury her mother. Actually, I remember that. And they do all that type of stuff. So, like I said, it's not only you just get your laugh on, you also get to experience. It's a community. You get to experience. And like I said, Jonathan don't play no games.
I don't.
You don't play no games. You will get cussed out. You better enjoy the comedy. Don't come up here acting a fool.
Right.
Yes.
It's about the show and not about you. I don't give a fuck about your birthday. I don't give a fuck if your period's on. I don't care. You come to watch. For an hour and a half, you will give me your fucking attention, or I will give you my attention, and you don't want it.
You don't want that type of attention.
So I try to have a friendly show. Even with new cats, I don't let them boo anybody in here.
Yes.
I won't let you do that because it's not fair. Because as the three of you know, it's a hard job that we do.
Yes.
A lot of people can't do what we do. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
I don't like any new person comes, I'll let you hit the stage. I won't let nobody fuck with you. And then I'll have a conversation with you to say, here's where I think you should be. Because if we don't share what we're doing, we're losing the gift that we got.
Yes.
Over 30 years experience here.
This is like a sensei of the comedy game. This is a sensei. Okay. Now you've been in Slades. You said you've been doing comedy in Slades. Now, what is your favorite dish to eat at Slades? He got to think about it because there's so many.
I've been here for 14 years, so I've eaten everything here. Oh, baked chicken on Tuesdays.
Baked chicken on Tuesdays. Everybody got their own little thing, but when he said baked chicken on Tuesdays, I'm like, he was on Tuesday, so he's letting you know. You better come down on a Tuesday.
What's the trio to you? What do you consider the trio of soul food? What's the trio you have to have in soul food?
Fried chicken, collard greens, candied yam.
Everybody got their trio. My trio was, Dale's trio was baked macaroni and cheese, collard greens, and candy yams. I'm going with collard greens, baked macaroni and cheese, and fried chicken because that's what I need.
You got to do it.
You got to do it.
You got to have the collard greens.
You definitely got to have the collard greens.
You got to have some fried chicken.
You definitely got to have some fried
I made collard greens for the first time 2 weeks ago.
Did you?
All right, she been really pushing these collard greens. Jonathan, we're going to talk about these collard greens for a second. You a black man, so you know
I'm
better.
a Southern black man.
He's a Southern black. She said she made collard greens in a pressure cooker for 15 minutes with Canadian bacon. And Jonathan just agreed with everybody else. Jonathan's back.
I'm sorry.
The collard green comment messed them all up.
15 minutes in a fucking slow cooker. A pressure cooker.
A pressure cooker, yeah, with Canadian bacon.
It tastes really good.
With Canadian bacon.
You didn't make no fucking collard greens, girl.
It was
You made a
good.
fucking wet salad. You made a wet salad with fucking Canadian bacon. How the fuck do you even put Canadian bacon in collard green? If you went down south, they would whip your ass. Hold on. I bet you put sugar in it.
No, she
Vinegar.
Okay.
she didn't mess up that bad.
Vinegar and hot pepper flakes. It was good.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
Hot pepper flakes.
Look, I'm going to ask you a question.
We're having a cook-off though. We're cool.
Oh, y'all going to have a cook-off?
We're gonna have a cook-off.
Yeah.
I think they're going to whip your ass with that pressure cooker bullshit.
As soon as she said pressure cooker in 15 minutes, I was like, what?
Who does that shit?
That's the same thing I
Hey,
asked.
if
I
you
was
would
like,
have said
what?
you put it in a pressure cooker for like 8 hours, it'd have been slow, and I'd have took that. 15 fucking
It
minutes?
would have been mud. It
That was
would've
you made that was a fucking microwave food.
She said she had 10-minute collard greens in a bag.
Well, I'm a Southern boy. I make homemade macaroni and cheese with 5 different cheese. With my collard greens, I will get whatever I flavor in the water and boil that for an hour till it comes down. When I reduce that, then I put the collard greens in the pot. And I let that pot sit in about an hour, then I season it. And as it goes, if you need more, you don't add water, you add a broth, like a chicken broth.
Right.
But see, I already told you, that's 2 hours right there, and you're fucking up the game.
No, you ain't revolutionizing that game.
You will see.
No, that's a part of the game I don't want to mess with.
She made Uncle Ben's collard greens.
Yes. Yes. So,
Hey, you know what you are? I'm gonna tell you what you are with your collard green. Now, some of you consumers watch some people with the little video games, and they call themselves comics. They'll put up a video that's real funny and get 100,000 followers. Then they'll do another one, get $200 followers. Now promoters think these are real fucking comics, and you put them on stage, they're good for 5 to 7 minutes. That's what your fucking collard greens are good for.
see, I told you should have kept that collard greens comment to yourself, man.
It tastes so good.
I should.
Did you feed yourself with it?
Yeah.
Then that's all that counts.
And
Who else did you give to?
Someone that I'm dating, he loved them.
Really?
Yeah.
And a 9-year-old
Hold on,
girl
stop.
who's never had collard greens.
Hold on. So let me give you this right.
Well, he's never had collard greens and they were good.
He never fucked you and it's good, son. So he's gonna say yes because he's still waiting to fuck you. That's all it is. Men are, yeah, that's the best shit ever.
He basically said, as soon as he gets some,
It's
he's gonna
over.
tell you about them collard greens.
Remember them collard greens you gave me 6 months ago? That was, remember that song, After School, I Take a Dip in the Pool? You remember the one about the Massey Rapper's Delight? Yes, the food was nasty.
And the
It's gonna
chicken
taste
tastes like wood.
No, I don't want to kill your spirit. Keep doing it.
Yeah, don't worry about it. You'll work on it. You'll work on it.
We're having a cook-off.
Yeah, we're going to do a cook-off. We're going to smoke it real quick. Because, like I said, when she said 15 minutes, I'm like, I do collard greens for 15 minutes. I'm not even done chopping them. Never mind, I didn't even get to the cleaning
You
yet.
didn't even wash them yet.
I didn't even, I'm like, 15 minutes is like taking them out the bag for me.
After you cut them up, you got to soak them and clean them with baking soda and vinegar.
I cut them the way he showed me with scissors, very thin. It was perfect.
See, don't drag us into this. You did that on your own. We try to help you out, but you wasn't listening.
I sent them a group text like, okay, I'm making collard greens for the first time. My boy's coming in about an hour. He goes, you're gonna need a few hours. I'm like, nah.
The worst when she said, I'm gonna start cooking collard greens. He goes, when? You need some hours for that. She goes, I'm gonna do it. We just let her do it. But that's beside the point. So, Jonathan, what do you have coming up for comedy, brother?
Well, we're doing every Wednesday night here. I'm in the process of writing an hour special.
An hour special, okay.
That I want to film here in Boston. And it's going to be called Why Not Me?
Why not you? Okay, and now where do you want to film this hour special?
Don't know yet.
You don't know yet.
But I want to
But you got some places in mind.
Yeah, I would love to do the Strand because that's ours.
Okay.
I would love even RCC once they get their media center back up.
Okay.
I would love to. Either way, I just want to do someplace that we as a people can come and say, okay, he did it in Boston. I know that.
Yes.
So that's what I want to do.
Okay, so you want to do an hour special. So this is going to be, you're going to probably put the best work you probably ever put into this hour special.
Yeah, because I got like about 4 hours in my head than I do now. So
Yeah.
I want to reinvent and do a whole lot more.
Okay.
And I want to be able to do it that when you guys hear it, see it, they'll be like, okay, I see where he was going with that.
Putting Boston on the map.
Oh,
Put Boston on the map.
I've been put Boston
He already
on the
been
map.
put Boston on the map.
Where can they find you? Where can they find, some of the stuff you've done over the last 30 years?
They can find it on my page. They can find it on YouTube.
On YouTube, and that's Jonathan Gates.
Jonathan Gates.
Jonathan Gates on the YouTube. Follow his page on Facebook, Jonathan Gates.
Instagram.
Jonathan Gates.
Twitter, Jonathan Gates.
Jonathan Gates.
Yeah,
So
I try to keep it simple.
Yeah,
Like 15 minutes cook up.
We all wore white tops.
yeah, and today's your birthday.
Well, no, my birthday, to tell you, my birthday was last Sunday.
Okay.
Today is my birthday party.
Okay, so today's your birthday party.
So we do each year, I do like 2 or 3 different things.
Okay.
This year I'm only doing 2. Every year I do Wear Something Pink, Fuck Cancer party.
Okay.
My mother died of cancer in 2006. So I lost my aunt, my grandfather, my mother, 2 uncles, and another aunt in 1 year
To cancer?
to cancer.
Okay.
So we do that Wear Something Pink, Fuck Cancer party.
Okay.
So that's what we do.
All right.
So fuck cancer party.
So he does that. But now, Jonathan, when you first started, what motivated you to start comedy? What just kicked inside you, said I need to do this?
I started comedy by mistake.
By mistake.
I wasn't meant to do comedy. I played football in school, came home. I was just a big dude, didn't get an education. So I was doing bouncing at a nightclub, DJing and bouncing at a nightclub. And this white comic, Dick Doherty, been in the game for a long time.
Okay, I know him.
He was bringing comedy to the black community.
Okay.
And he was sending some white comedians set out. And Dick got sick. He got sick with cancer. And he said, hey, man, I watch you talk to people. Just bring the comics on.
Okay.
So I brought this comic on, and he was horrible.
Okay.
And so black people, they drinking. Boo, you suck. I said, come on, man, don't do that. He said, you suck too. I said, yeah, so does your mother. If she'd have sucked harder, you wouldn't have been here.
Oh. And that's how it started?
It started on that one snap. I said, listen, hey, I'm not him. I'm from the walls of Mattapan. I can snap. So he said something else. I hit him again. And I hit him again. I kept hitting him. So the white comic go, oh, my God, you are natural. You should do that. I said, man, I ain't no comic. He said, you should do it. So I just started reading the history of black comedy.
Okay.
I went all the way back, and I started studying, man. I started studying I went way back to Rudy Mae Moore.
Wow.
Wild Man Steve.
Mom's Mabel.
Mom's Mabley. I went all the way back, and I started reading. I read up on Red Fox. I read up on everybody that was doing it and how they was doing it. One of my favorite comics at the time didn't make sense to me, but then it made sense to me. He says, have you ever noticed anybody that's against abortion, you wouldn't fuck them in the first place. When he said it, it didn't make sense. The next day, there was a protest against abortion in Boston. And every woman in that crowd, I wouldn't fuck them to practice. So I said, okay. So his comedy was put truth to everything that you see.
Okay.
And make it about your truth. And that's what I did, and that's how I do my comedy.
That's how you do your comedy. So 30 years later, you are the man that you are now. I remember when I was performing, one time you was telling me that this comedy has paid for your kids to go to college and...
Out my fucking house.
Yep. So he's paid for your kids to go to college. You done paid just for your kids to be, advanced and everything like that, and you've done so much. So to hear, when you said that, I was just like touched, because I was like, wow, like he's been doing this for so long that it's actually paid off where his kids got to benefit from you doing the comedy thing. I think that's amazing, man.
I got really upset one day, and my mother had to check me.
Okay.
Mike Epps used to open up for me when we used to travel.
Okay, this is
Mike Epps used to sleep on my couch.
Okay.
Mike Epps got in these movies, getting on TV and all that. I'm like, what the? And then I watched some other people that open up for me. I'm like, what is that? My mother said, well, maybe God don't want you on TV. Maybe God just wants you to take care of the people in Boston. Who are you to go against his wishes? And that humbled me.
Yes.
Listen, there is a calling on everyone, and it's going to be there. So whatever your calling is, maybe TV, maybe movies, or maybe just being funny enough that people can come see you and forget for 2 hours they got problems at home.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I always say about comedy. I think it's a healer. You know what I mean? I think comedy heals, and Jonathan just proved it. You don't know what somebody's going through, so maybe for 2 hours you make them feel good.
Right.
Exactly. So another thing I gotta say, Jonathan, is the first time I actually seen a picture of you, I just had started doing comedy. My mom, she sings, and she was going through her stuff or whatever because I started doing the comedy. She goes, I got to do because she sings all over, and she said that she got to sing with you, and you was the comic on one of the shows. This was probably like 10, 15 years ago. And that was the first time I actually got to see a picture of you. And then, I think about a year later, I got to come at Slade. So I was happy to tell my mom, I'm like, Mom, that comic that you sang with and you got his autograph with, I performed with him. And I was just like, wow. She was like, you did? I was like, yeah, I went down to Boston or whatever. So for me, I was like, she was so happy because it was an old picture. You had the little gangster little thing on with the suit and the cigar. He was sitting there like, I was like, oh, snap. So that was the first time I actually got to see you before actually meeting you.
So it's a full circle, like you say.
Yeah.
That's why you must always work to your fullest and always treat people with respect, because you never know when it's going to come back.
No, I didn't know.
So, I would, because if I didn't treat you with respect, you'd be like, yeah, this fucking bastard. Back in the day, yeah.
Nah, man. And the funny part is I was telling Dale and I was telling Liani, I said, when you come down here, man, it's humbling. But I was like, Jonathan, he actually pulls you to the side and talks with you comedy. If you're something that you worried about, concerned about, he help you out. He's like a little sensei. He'd be like, hey, listen, maybe you should shorten that joke up, try this out, try it out, or whatever. So it's nothing but love. You get nothing but respect, and it's learning.
It's learning.
It's learning, especially if you're a young comic. I only been doing this 5 years. So when he's telling me something, I'm paying attention. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think if anybody, even if they're younger in the game than you might have seen something that I overlooked. I've been watching comedians perform, and I'll go, hey, Dale, you remember that joke you did this? If you'd have added this right there, it would have pushed it a little higher. Now, whether they take it or not, that's on them.
Yeah.
And I've seen comics do that. Case in point, Sam J.
Sam J, I performed with Sam J.
Sam J, when she started off, she came through here.
Yeah.
And then I put on another show, and I said, you know what? You're a fucking lesbian. Why don't you talk about what you know? Add that into it. And every time I said something to her, she said, okay, Pop, and she does it.
Yeah.
Her special was just on Comedy Central.
On Comedy Central.
Now she's a writer for Saturday Night Live. You never know who's watching you.
No, you never know.
So I'm proud of her, and I'm proud of you guys too, for real.
Thank you.
Keep doing what you're doing. Each and every night, come by Slade's. There's something going on. We got something for you. There's a spot in the community, for the community, by one of us from the community.
Yes.
So every Monday we got Monday Night Football. Tuesday we got live jazz, and you can sit in with the band and you can sing like a karaoke, but it's live. Wednesday I got comedy. Thursday on the 2nd and 4th it's neo soul. second and third, first and third, I promote. I call it Throwback Thursday. All we play is old school. We charge $5, packed everything.
Okay.
So we do that. Fridays, they're gonna start doing 40 plus.
Okay.
And then Saturday is 30 plus, and then Sunday it's open.
What
So
about 50 plus?
at 50 plus, we stay home and cook collard greens in a pressure cooker. Fuck we do.
Jonathan,
You should write that on stage. I cook these collard greens in 15 minutes because I'm over 50, and I didn't know if I was gonna live long enough for these motherfuckers to cook.
also we got to talk about with Slates too is every Wednesday night they have a black comedy explosion, and that's presented to you by Jonathan Gates. He's known as the bad boy of Boston comedy. He is a beast. I've been blessed to perform here twice. I did a guest spot, and then a couple years later I was allowed to feature. And when I'm telling you, man, this room right here is like, it's like Def Comedy Jam. You know what I mean? It's like, you gotta bring your best. You can't come up in here half-stepping, man, because he brings people from all over, not just like local areas, all over the whole nation. You know what I mean? So he brings a lot of great people here, and you can laugh. And that's every Wednesday they have the Black Comedy Explosion. We're about to get our line dancing and our step dancing on.
Yes.
Thank you guys. We love you. Peace.